Welcome into Rogue Football. I'm your host, Jordan Lugo. Thank you so much for tuning in here. Who is quarterback 3 for 2024? Look, we're going to be talking about Caleb Williams and Drake May a ton as we move forward throughout this draft process. They are the top 2 quarterbacks in 2024. I think there's no question about that right now. But I think the race for QB3 is much more interesting now, and there's a lot of fans out there of NFL teams who want or need a quarterback in the upcoming draft. They might not have the draft capital to get up to, second, third, fourth overall, whatever it takes to end up landing a Caleb Williams or a Drake May. But they might have the opportunity to draft a different quarterback that can absolutely come in and help their franchise win football games long term. So the question is, who is number 3? I think last week, we talked about who is wide receiver 2 behind Marvin Harrison Jr. I think this discussion is somewhat similar. It somewhat depends on what you're looking for, what you want your offense to be long term. But unlike last week, I do have a definitive answer for who I think the third quarterback off the board should be in 2024. Excited to get into it. I think Michael Penix, Nix Jaden Daniels, McCarthy, they have all proven that they're worthy to be part of this conversation, and I get why folks are looking at them that way. I think Shedeur Sanders, Quinn Ewers, Riley Leonard, these are all players I'd like to see go back to school and grow before entering the league. I think they could certainly elevate their draft status by doing so. And for me, if McCarthy was in a different program, I'd like to see him go back as well. But I don't think going back to Michigan is really going to help him elevate and advance his game as a quarterback. They're just not asking their quarterback to do a ton at Michigan. And looking at McCarthy, a little undersized, but a very good athlete overall, can throw on the run. He can get it done with his legs in a big way. Very good overall arm talent and accuracy to most areas of the field. But he struggles, in my opinion, throwing left. You see it fairly consistently. He's going to need to clean up his mechanics throwing left. I think you see the feet get a little off kilter. I think you see them pointing in the wrong direction. I think you see his upper and lower half not in concert. Going to have to get that cleaned up at the next level if he's going to be a starting quarterback for a long time. He's also not been tested as a passer the same way some of these other guys have. But to me, if you're a Shanahan disciple, I feel like he's a great candidate to start for you early on in his career. Other offenses, I think you're going to need more time to develop. But he's a leader, very strong work ethic, very strong leadership, good young quarterback prospect. I have an early 2 on him right now, and I think he will start in the league. Again, I think it's going to depend a little bit on his landing spot, how quickly he can start, and how effectively he can be once he sees the field in the NFL. The next guy we're going to talk about here, Michael Penix. For me, he's the lesser athlete of these 4 players, these 4 prospects that I think are really leading the conversation for quarterback 3. He has a big-time medical history as well that teams are going to have to vet. Potential red flags there. He's a lefty as well, which takes some getting used to for the receivers, no doubt about it. A little bit unorthodox, but absolutely a gamer, a gunslinger. Enough mobility to not be a statue back there. He can do some things with it, with his legs from within the pocket and evading the pocket, escaping the pocket as well. But I don't really see the creation ability or the same consistency under pressure from him that I've seen from some of these other quarterback prospects. And for me, I think his play is just a little wonky at times. I think sometimes when you see things break down, it just gets a little awkward for Michael Penix from an athletic perspective. I like him a lot. I think he's a starting caliber quarterback at the next level. I just don't see the huge upside. I don't think that you have an elite precision quarterback, and I don't think you have a quarterback that can be elite at creating either. So I think there's just a little bit of a limited upside for him. I have a 2 on him, but of course the medical stuff is going to be worrisome. It's going to be vetted by every team that is interested in him, obviously. And there's some other things I mentioned about his game that I'm just not quite as in love with. I think if you want to put him in the NFL and start early, put him behind a big offensive line and go bombs away. I think you've seen the Geno Smith comparison, and I think that's fair. I don't think you're looking at a super precise passer. I don't think you're looking at a real creator. So I do have some questions about Michael Penix overall, but absolutely he's a gamer. guy that can start in the NFL. And to me, after those two prospects, it's where the conversation really heats up. Again, for me, Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels are both really, really good quarterback prospects that I have first round grades on. For me, Bo Nix had been quarterback 3 for a while. He's only about 6'2", which obviously you'd like to see a couple more inches on the frame, but he hasn't seemed to let that affect his field vision over the middle of the field at all. For me, he gets it done in so many ways and can get it done for your team at the next level in so many ways. He can be this quick strike, accurate West Coast quarterback. We see him do that pretty consistently, but he can absolutely hit all areas of the field, work through his reads. He has the arm strength and the accuracy, again, to all levels of the field. And I think that he works through his reads as well as anyone in this class. He has the creation ability that I think might be the most underrated feature of any quarterback in this class is Bo Nix's creation ability. Very, very good athlete in a straight line and with quick twitch movements. He's quick and sudden and makes reactionary plays that I just don't see a lot of other quarterbacks making in this class. Snap decision movements that, to me, make him a true playmaker at the quarterback position. He's smart. He's got great arm talent, very athletic. He is a first rounder for me, but he is my QB4. He falls to Jaden Daniels for me. The game-changing playmaking ability that Jaden Daniels brings to the field with his arm and his legs is truly astonishing for me. It is sensational. He is the best athlete at quarterback in this class. He is incredibly fast and elusive with great vision in the open field. He is a pass-first quarterback, though. As much as he gets it done with his legs, he's always looking to be a quarterback before a runner, and I think you really appreciate that about him. Has the arm accuracy and talent to make all the throws. He's tremendous at layering the football down the field with touch. He can really turn the velocity on when he needs to, and he doesn't really have to put that much into it to get a lot of velocity on the football, as you might see from some other quarterbacks. Michael Penix, I think when he is really trying to get heat on the ball, you see the windup. You see it take a little longer, but not with Jaden Daniels, in my opinion. The pocket presence and evasiveness that you're looking for, he's really grown in that regard this year. Want to see him try to take care of himself a little bit more, which I think he has, again, grown in that area, but there's some times where he gets absolutely smacked out there when he's trying to make a play. But I think he's ready to come into the NFL and light things up pretty early. Absolutely electric playmaker from within the pocket and on the move. He's shown some unbelievable improvement to me at LSU. He is going to be turning 23 soon, maybe a little older than you'd like, but a rare and special talent, in my opinion, and a guy that I think will end up climbing all the way up close to the top of the 2024 NFL draft, a prospect that I think teams are going to fall in love with. And I think he's the guy that if you want to hitch your wagon to a quarterback not named Caleb Williams or Drake May, Jaden Daniels gives you the most upside, and I think he gives you a pretty good floor, again, because he does have the rushing ability. He has the ability to read the field from within the pocket as well and deliver accurate throws to all areas of the field. He can turn the velocity up. He can layer the football. Jaden Daniels is QB3 for me right now heading into the 2024 NFL Draft. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. Hit me up on Twitter at Jordan DeLugo. Let me know what you think. You can also drop a comment in the comment section below. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a show. Y'all have a good one.